As someone who appreciates a ton of the X's and O's in the game of basketball, there are many different plays, concepts, actions, defensively and offensively, that coaches may tweak and expand on for their respective teams. One of the plays that has caught my eye a lot over the years is this football-like play by the Indiana Pacers, which is tagged as 4 Verts. The Pacers have really leaned on this play in end-of-game scenarios where they are able to generate shots off this movement. It is a complete misdirection play where timing and screening is vital as players are just running in different routes. Here, 4 Pacers are lined up center court where Jay Huff runs in a straight line. Siakam and Walker will set a stagger screen for Mathurin going towards the ball, and Jay Huff will set an additional screen. You get 3 screens, a triple screen here for Mathurin, who does get a look for 3 here, but he misses. The formation and guys running out in different directions, different routes, causes chaos and uncertainty of who is setting the screen and how should we defend this. In the Eastern Conference Finals a couple years back, the Pacers ran it against the Celtics. Siakam operates as sort of a trailer in this situation, so if there is no clean pass available, Siakam can lag on the play and trail up top for a potential 3 or a drive depending on the timing that they have. But a simple cross in directions between Nesmith and Doug McDermott causes confusion for the defense here. Derek White and Jaylen Brown gets in each other's way off of that, and now it forces Jrue Holiday off his man. Now, if this was a situation where the Pacers just needed 2 points here, recognition of that help and a lob up to Miles Turner may be an option here. But at least here, the Pacers are able to come off that action and can catch and get off a clean shot here. Some may look at Doug McDermott here, but those long types of passes has to be pretty accurate, but also it gives time for the defense to slide over. So if McDermott did get the ball here, Tatum can make that rotation with only 1 second left. I preach so much on this channel of play versatility, and this play has so many different ways you can play with it, and I feel there is more ways we could potentially see this play as it evolves in the game of basketball. The Pacers ran this play in the playoffs last season, and it generated this clutch streak from Haliburton as Siakam and Turner stack each other, but they space out up top while Haliburton and Nesmith cross each other, which confuses the defense because Prince calls for a switch. The switch is not recognized by Kyle Kuzma, and then you have a Giannis who is having to close out really hard on this 3, fouling in the process, and Haliburton converting the shot for the 4-point play. I've noticed the New Orleans Pelicans have started to use this 4 Verts play. Derek Queen here inbounds. Hawkins and Fears run a route where they cross each other early. Fears runs towards the ball, and you see the Mavs defense kind of sniff it out early. Caleb Martin calling out the pickup on Fears and Najee Marshall picking up Hawkins, but the main option here is to isolate up top Jones and Trey Murphy, where Herb Jones will set that down screen for Trey going towards the ball. Now, I really was not a fan of the shot quality with 10 seconds left to go, but you see the process of this play and the different things teams can flow into. Last season, the Pelicans ran this, and just very similar from the first example, we don't really see that cross between Alvarado and CJ, but we see the main option in Trey Murphy getting that down screen going towards the ball for a shot. Now, the origins of this play originated from the WNBA, where Pacers assistant coach Jenny Boucek, who has been an assistant under Rick Carlisle for many years, dating back to his time in Dallas, and as well as served as a coach in the WNBA, mostly for the Seattle Storm, pitched this play when she discussed the concept of this play with WNBA legend Sue Bird. Boucek sat down with Caitlin Cooper at length to discuss this play in its entirety, and I urge you guys to check out that video. Caitlin Cooper is by far one of the best basketball analysts in the game. It is a real gift, honestly, that the Pacers fans get her coverage for that team. I urge you guys to give her a follow on Twitter because she truly has one of the best analysis in basketball. A lot of times when we see these end of game sets, it becomes tough to generate a shot in the half court, especially if the defense already knows how to defend the play prior. It's truly tough. So this football-like play doesn't just have misdirection, it has a ton of momentum and spacing implemented that you can play with. We see so many times in early offense and in transition, the momentum on drives or getting out there and running creates a ton of opportunities, a ton of chaos. And for a play like this, you're extending beyond just the half court, so that always helps in the spacing and momentum. Rick Carlisle also credited Nick Nurse for this type of formation.
And a couple years ago at a coaching clinic, Nick Nurse talked about something similar. And, you know, having watched the CFL where they have unusual motion rules, he came up with some very creative stuff where he would start guys in motion before the ball would actually be handed to the inbounder.
And that rang alarm bells in my brain because I remembered I broke down a similar football set that the Toronto Raptors ran years back against the Miami Heat under, you guess who, Nick Nurse. Back then my microphone sucked and I was very monotone. But in this situation back in 2022, the Raptors stacked up 3 players on the opposite side and isolated OG Anunoby, and though there were really no run-in routes, the formation and the uncertainty of what the Raptors are going to do was present. But this then turned into a triple screen for Trent to get downhill and get a shot up that eventually Achua cleans up. And ironically, that play from the Raptors sort of mimics the first example I showed you guys, a more evolved version of that play, with more spacing utilized. I'll wrap it up for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more NBA breakdowns like these. And with all that being said, I'll see you all in the next video.